Welcome on in to the broadcast booth as we have the first game of the season for the Gross Catholic Cougars as they prepare to take on the Beatrice Orangemen. And yes, we do have a delayed start this evening. The game will start at 7:30 due to the heat. As Gross looking to come off that excellent season last year, lost in the final game of the season in the Class B state championship to Bennington, went 12-1. Great bounce back season for Coach Van Hout and the Cougars. And they're looking to continue on with the momentum off of last season. Colby Duncan returning, the senior, as the quarterback for this team. And he is one of the captains for the Cougars. Looking to have another excellent season. Last year, averaged 120 pass yards a game. And after this one, they'll play 2 games on the road. They'll take on Westview and then Elkhorn. Their next home game should be back at Bryan against Blair on September 15th. But it was a successful season for the Cougars. As I said, lost in that state championship game, a heartbreaker to Bennington, but they'd like to prove themselves once again. Some key names coming back for the Cougars. Weston Miller, the senior wide receiver, along with the middle linebacker, Henry Nosbish. Nosbish averaged 8 tackles a year ago, and he's going to be the captain of that defense. So everything will run through him on the defensive side. And looking at the sidelines, this is a fired up student section, and the team is fired up on the sidelines as well. Had to wait an extra 30 minutes to take on their foes from Beatrice, but we are just about 5 minutes away from this game. This is a Beatrice team coming into this one 0-1. They've already played 1 game on the year. That was last Friday. They lost to Elkhorn North 21-3. Their signal caller, number 9, Crew Mintz, had 82 rushing yards in that game, 56 passing yards as well. And on the defensive side for the Orangemen, number 44, Colton Herfel, he had 8 tackles in that game last week, which led the team. This is a Beatrice team that went 3-7 last season. After this one tonight, they will travel to Waverly to take on that team. But this Gross team last year against Beatrice, they won 41-7. Colby Duncan had a touchdown pass in that game.
Welcome to Bellevue East High School. Gross Catholic would like to express our gratitude to the chieftains of Bellevue East for allowing us to host our opening game this evening against the
for the
Orangemen of
Cougars.
Beatrice High School.
As I mentioned, Weston Miller back at receiver last year, 220 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns on 11 catches. And
at this time, we would like to invite everyone to
the team captains for the Cougars, Colby Duncan, Nate
Please remain standing at the
Pekar,
conclusion of the
Hank
prayer, the
Nosbish,
playing of the
and
national
Ryan
anthem.
Weiss. But we will take a quick break for the national anthem, but come on back
In the name
for
of the
some
Father,
Cougar
and the
football
Son, and the Holy
right
Spirit.
here, Bellevue
Amen.
East.
God in heaven, we come before you tonight, and we give you thanks for your many blessings. May the actions of all here this evening, players and coaches, officials and fans, always reflect your love for all people. Please keep all the athletes free from injury, and may they be strengthened in mind, body, and soul to do their best each day. Together we pray the Marianist doxology. May the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit be glorified in all places through the Immaculate Virgin Mary. Amen. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2023 football season.
And welcome back, as we are just under 2 minutes away from the kickoff of the 2023 season for the Gross Catholic Cougars. See Colby Duncan down there on the sideline warming up, and everything's going to run through him. He's got some experience behind him and look to capitalize on that excellent season he had last year, leading this team, as I said, to that state championship game. I was talking to the coaching staff beforehand, and they talked about coming out in this one real quick, setting the tone early. That's the name of the game in this one. First game of the year. Familiar with this Beatrice team. Saw them last year, as I said. Beat them 41-7. And they'd like to keep that up this evening and start off quick. They also said we might see a little bit different formations, not as many runs. Deal with what they have on the offensive side. The two teams come out on the field and prepare for kickoff. As the officials meet at the 50-yard line, preparing for kick.
Orangemen are kicking off. Cougars will receive.
And it will be the Cougars receiving here. So we will get to see this Cougar offense right away in this one.
Trevor Lane to kick it off for Beatrice.
So Trevor Lane, the kicker for Beatrice, will be doing the honors to get this one started. Back to receive for the Cougars. We have Weston Miller. And Heffelfinger. And the kick, and we are off with the 2023 season. And it will be a touchback in the end zone.
Kick is into the end zone. That's a touchback for the Cougars. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Cougars from their own 20-yard line.
So it will be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Cougars. And out comes the signal caller, Colby Duncan. The senior ready to go in this one. As I said, had a touchdown pass against the Orangemen last season. That game was in Beatrice. This one originally was supposed to be played last night, but due to heat, they moved it here to Bellevue East. And a 7:30 kickoff. So Colby Duncan in the gun. Man in motion. That is Cogswell. The handoff and down right away.
Ball carried by
Short gain there.
Silas Benson on the tackle.
Nate Peckar with the carry.
No gain on the play. It's 2nd and 10.
So we'll be 2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line once again. So in the gun is Duncan. In motion is Peckar. Now out wide is Peckar, throwing down the middle, finds Cogswell, and he will.
That's complete to number 6, Alec Cogwell.
He will pick up the first down and some. Gain of about 13 yards there.
Crew mine on the tackle. 1st and 10 for the Cougars.
So we'll be 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Two in the backfield, Colby Duncan and the gun. Now Miller fakes the motion, back out wide, fakes the handoff, now throwing down the middle and just out of reach of Heffelfinger.
For Jacob Heffelfinger.
So we'll be 2nd and 10 from the 33. So far, pretty pass heavy. This was a team that liked to run the ball last year. It was, we all know the accolades of Jake Garcia. He graduated. Lone taking the snap is Colby Duncan from the gun. He's got 5 out wide. Now Peckar, and a little option play. Duncan decides to keep it, and he is brought down at the 30-yard line. Loss of 3. So we'll be 3rd and about 13.
Loss of 3 on the play. It's 3rd and 13.
Just underway here. Bellevue East. This is the home turf of the Cougars this evening. 5 out wide. And the snap. Drops back. And he's going deep, looking for Heffelfinger, and just out of reach. Incomplete.
Duncan's pass intended for Jacob. Heffelfinger is incomplete. Brings up 4th down for the Cougars.
So it will be 4th down, and the punting unit will come out for the Cougars.
Colby Duncan back to punt it away for the Cougars.
So it will be Duncan doing the punting duties as well. And the punt. And a fair catch called. And it will be at the 35-yard line. So first look here at the Cougars defense.
Beatrice starts 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line.
Said it is Hank Nosbish, the 5'8", 170-pound senior. He will be the signal caller of the defense at middle linebacker. Averaged 8 tackles a game last season. He's the tone setter for this defense. So the quarterback for the Orangemen. Crew Mines hands it off and up the middle for a gain of about 3.
Ball carried by John Risen.
Was John Risen on the carry, the junior running back.
Gain of 3 on the play. It's 2nd and 7.
So we'll be 2nd and 7 from about the 37-yard line. Shotgun formation here. 3 out wide, 1 in the backfield. There is some big receivers on this Beatrice team. A few of them over 6 foot tall. Something to keep an eye on here. And there it is. And the quarterback decides to keep it. Hines still going. And he is hit out of bounds past the 35. We'll see where they decide to mark him out at.
Robbie Brennan pushes him out of bounds. 1st and 10 for Beatrice. They're in the Cougar territory at the 37-yard line.
So it will be 1st and 10 from the Cougar 37 for the Orangemen. Nice little run there by Mines. He had 82 rushing yards in that game last Friday against Elkhorn North. This is a Beatrice team, as I said, 0-1 on the season. They've already got 1 game under their belts. This team went 3-7 last season. Look at their wristbands for the call. Now in the gun. 1 in the backfield. 3 out wide. And the snap. And nice defensive play there. And the tackle came up by Carson Kojal, the junior. Big tackle there. No gain on the play. So it will be 2nd and 10 from the 37-yard line. 8:25 to go on the clock.
Second and 11.
It appears that this is a Beatrice team that will take it slow on the offensive side. They get the calls. Team comes set. Now man in motion. It is Colton Sweetmon. He keeps it on the reverse. Still going there. And he is hit out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
Spilker. Jacob Heffelfinger on the tackle.
It's Heffelfinger on the tackle there.
Orangemen down to the 13-yard line. It's 1st and 10.
So we'll be 1st and 10 on the 13. So now we'll see what this Cougars red zone defense can do here. Substitution for the Orangemen onto the field. Cale Cook. So now the power I formation, the handoff. It is Cook who decides to keep it.
Ball carried by number 33.
He is brought down at the 8. So it will be
tackled by Alex
2nd
Cogswell.
And about 7 yards to go. 3rd and 5 now from the 8-yard line.
2nd and 5 for Beatrice.
2nd and 5, excuse me. Just under 7.5 minutes here in this first quarter. Back to that power I formation. And they hand off to Reason. And he is taken down. Nice tackle there.
John Reason, the ball carrier.
That was Robbie Brennan on the tackle. The sophomore.
Brings up 3rd down.
Nice tackle. So 3rd down now.
Ball's at the 7.
And it'll be 3rd and 4 from the 7-yard line. Lots of deception from this Beatrice offense. Like to move guys around as they're getting the calls. See a lot of motion so far in this one on the offensive side. So Mines gets the snap. And bootlegs out and tries to go for the end zone, but nice tackle there.
Crew Mine on the keeper.
It was Ryan Weiss, one of the captains of this team.
On the tackle.
Nice tackle there.
It's going to be 4th and 1
for the defensive lineman. So it will be 4th down from inside the 5. It looks like about the 4-yard line. So 4th and 1. And it looks like they're going to go for it here. We'll see what they decide to do here. It is a quarterback sneak. And it appears that they did pick up the first down, and they did. So now it will be 1st and goal from the 2-yard line.
Gain of 2, 1st and goal for the Orangemen. Both at the 2-yard line.
This is the true test here, the goal line defense, and we'll see what the Cougars have. Another power I formation, the handoff up the middle, and they will say he is down at the 1-yard line, carried by Cook.
Carson Kojal on the tackle. Gain of 1.
Cale Cook,
Second
he's
goal.
a big running back in that backfield, 6 foot tall, 190 pounds. So now quarterback sneak up the middle, and there is a flag on the play. He was in the end zone. We'll see what they decide to call here. Might be a false start.
Flag down on the play.
And it looks like it is on the Orangemen. We'll see what they call here. So it looks like they got them for pushing the pile. So that will push this Orangemen offense back.
After the penalty. It's 2nd down and goal from the 6 for the Orangemen.
So 2nd down and 6 now for the Orangemen. The ball spotted at the 5-yard line. In the gun, lone backfield for Crew Mice. Now a man in motion. Fakes the handoff, decides to keep it, and nice defense there by the Cougars. And it is Vincent Linder on the tackle.
Vincent Linder with the tackle.
Excellent tackle there.
For Beatrice.
So now 3rd and goal from the 5. Nice defensive stand so far, and that could be a costly penalty for these Orangemen. So you look over to the sidelines for the call. This is the Orangemen team coached by Jeff Kezior. So now in the gun, in the backfield with Mainz is John Risen. On the move is Mainz, gets it to Risen, and another nice tackle by Robbie Brennan. Excellent defensive stand, and Brennan is fired up. Let's see if they decide to go for it here. Offense remains on the field. Ball still on the 5, 4th and goal. Have to find the end zone here. Student section getting loud here. Good crowd on hand in support of their Cougars. And timeout on the field. Timeout called by Beatrice. That'll give me a chance to thank our sponsors, Foot and Ankle of Nebraska and Fast Physical Therapy. I'm going to put it out there too. If you'd like to sponsor Gross Catholic Media Network at Gross Catholic, you can call Terrence O'Donnell if you would like to sponsor the Cougars. And we'd like to thank our sponsors, Foot and Ankle of Nebraska and Fast Physical Therapy. So it will be 4th and goal to go from the 5-yard line. 3:17 to go in the first quarter on the clock. Good defensive stand so far. This red zone defense by the Cougars. And the Orangemen, they're going to talk about this. Wouldn't be surprised if they send their kicking unit out here. Tried to take the points, but we'll see what they decide to do. Seen some nice tackling from this Cougars defense. Nice job swarming to the ball. This was an excellent Cougar defense a year ago. All around great football team, and that led to that 12-1 record on the year. Runners up in Class B. So back on the field. In the gun with Risen in the background is Mines. And the snap. Now bootlegging his Mines, trying to find somewhere to go with it, and it is incomplete. And turnover on downs from the 5. Excellent defensive stand from the Cougars. They get out of it without giving up any points, so it will be 1st and 10 from their own 5. Great defensive showing in the first possession for the Cougars. So Colby Duncan and the offense return out to the field. As I said earlier, this is a Cougar team that beat the Orangemen 41-7 last year down in Beatrice. So Duncan in the gun, in the backfield with Pekar. And the snap. The handoff to Pekar, and he will gain maybe about a yard. Should be about 2nd and 9.
Nate Pekar, the ball carrier.
So they will say no gain, 2nd and 10 from the 5-yard line.
And Gage Wolter on the tackle. Gain of 1 for the Cougars, it's 2nd and 9.
So 2nd and 9, they do change it now. So from the 6-yard line. Empty backfield. Colby Duncan. Now the man in motion is Heffelfinger. Little screen pass to Heffelfinger, and he will be taken out of bounds.
Pass complete from
at about the 8-yard line.
Number 5, Weston Miller.
So Heffelfinger.
Correction, Heffelfinger with the catch. Luke Hamilton with the tackle.
So Luke Hamilton credited with the tackle for the Orangemen. So 3rd and 6 now. Once again, empty backfield. We got 5 out wide. Colby Duncan calls for the play. Pekar in motion. Duncan drops back on the move. And he throws it deep, and he's got an open man. It's Bryson Sargent. He's at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and he will go all the way. First touchdown on the year. And the Cougars are on the board for excellent pass. Great vision downfield by Colby Duncan on display. And he finds Bryson Sargent, the 5'9" junior, for the touchdown. And what a way to carry on that momentum after the huge stop, the turnover on downs. And that led to the huge touchdown. They go 92 yards and the score. And they're on the board first. And the kick is up. And the kick is good. So Cougars lead 7-0.
With the kick, it's good.
2 on the clock.
7, Orangemen 0.
So great display by the defense, and then Colby Duncan and the offense come on out and make a huge play. 92 yards on the pass. And the Cougars lead 7-0. You cannot be any more open than Bryson Sargent was there. And this crowd is fired up. And it looks like Coach Jeff Keziar upset with some kind of call over there, discussing something with the officials. And he is still talking to them. Headset off, not happy about something. So now,
Priestman set to kick it off for
after the
Cougars.
touchdown, it will be Priestman kicking off for the Cougars. Back to receive for the Orangemen is Reason. And this crowd is loud. You can hear that if you are tuning in from home. Great defensive stand, forced the turnover, downs from the Cougar 5, and then led to the 92-yard touchdown pass from Kobe Duncan to Sargent. And it will be rising.
John Reason on the return.
Taken down at about the 30-yard line. So that's where the Orangemen will start their second possession of this game.
Anthony Bogdanovich on the tackle. 1st and 10 for Beatrice. They'll start at their own 30-yard line.
So it will be from the 30, 1st and 10. Offense look over, waiting for the calls. So it will be in the gun for Mines. Drew Mines, one of the captains on this Orangemen team. Now the man in motion. First to Spilker. Spilker still going, and it looks like he did pick up the first down right at the first down marker at the 40-yard line. So we'll be 1st and 10 from the 40.
It's good for a first down for Beatrice. They're out to the 40-yard line. 10-yard
Cogswell on the tackle for the Cougars. Defense looking to come out strong once again. Great defensive stand in the goal line. Now the snap and a flag on the play. And it looks like we do have a false start. And it is a false start.
False start on the Orangemen. That's
So
5-yard
they'll be
penalty.
moving them back 5 yards. So
It'll be 1st and 15.
So 1st and 15 now from the 35-yard line. Crew Mines a week ago against Elkhorn North for the Orangemen, 82 rushing yards, 56 passing yards. It is Rising in motion. And Reason taken down
Pass complete to Reason.
at about the 42-yard line. They'll spot it.
Josh Masheard and Carson Kozel on the tackle.
Under 2 minutes now, 1:40 on the
Game
clock
7
here in
and
this
2nd and
first
8.
quarter. Cougars lead 7-0. So 2nd and 8. Ball on the 42. Clock continues to run. We'll see what the Orangemen opt to do here. And the handoff, and that one will go nowhere.
John Reason, the ball carrier.
Blue jerseys everywhere, all over Reason that time.
Carson Kozel hit him first.
No gain on the play, so it will be 3rd and 8 from the 42-yard line. Under a minute to go in this first quarter. Back in the gun is Mines. In the backfield. Drops back. The pass. And it is complete. That's the number 7, Trey Henning, the senior wide receiver. He's one of those tall receivers on this Orangemen team.
Jacob
Stands
Huffenfinger
6'4".
pushes him out of bounds. 1st and 10 for Beatrice.
They have a receiver at 6'4". As well as another, they have a running back, stands 6'2", tight end at 6'3", and another tight end 6'3". So some tall guys out there for this Orangemen team. 3 defensive linemen and Play is stopped. And another false start called on the Orangemen. So that is another 5-yard penalty.
It's a 5-yard penalty.
So now 1st and 15.
1st and 15 from the 49 for the Orangemen.
From their own 49 for the Orangemen. So far, 3 penalties on this Orangemen offense. So 3 defensive linemen. Now the linebacker rushing, huge block. And keeping it is Mines. And he will be out of bounds into Cougar territory. See where they decide to spot him. And it looks like they'll spot him at about the 42-yard line. So 2nd and 6 from the Cougar 42. So in the gun is Mines. It is a dime set for the Cougars. Keeping it once again is Mines, and he will pick up the 1st down.
Crew Mine with the keeper. Joshua Sheard and Hank Nosbish on the tackle.
So it will be 1st and 10 now.
Beatrice.
1st and 10 from about the 36-yard line for Beatrice.
End of the first quarter.
And that will be the end of the first quarter. We'd like to thank our sponsors of this game, Foot and Ankle of Nebraska and Fast Physical Therapy. And once again, if you would like to be a sponsor
Folks, the
for Gross Catholic Media
every weekday,
Network,
the classes are in session.
call Terrence O'Donnell if
you
you are
September
interested.
And ending the first week of May. Any 7th and 8th
And I will take a quick break, but we will be right back. Cougars lead 7-0. But come on back. See if the Cougars can add on to that lead.
Admissions office. Sign up for being a Cougar for a day.
And we are back where the Cougars lead 7-0 in this one. It was a huge 92-yard touchdown pass from Colby Duncan to Bryson Sargent. And that got things going on the offensive end for the Cougars after that huge turnover on downs from the 5-yard line with the Orangemen threatening. So the two teams will switch sides as we prepare for the second quarter. Will be 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Mines in the gun. Reason in the backfield with them. Now the man in motion is Spilker. Mines drops back. Fakes the pass. Now on the run. And he does find Reason.
Mines pass is complete to number 2, John Reason. Tackled by Weston Miller. It's another first down.
And Weston Miller on the tackle. So First down for the Orangemen. So once again, working in the gun. Nice. Reason in the back, the snap, the hand, fakes the handoff. Now on the run is Mines. And nowhere to go with it. He is taken down, combination of Weston Miller and Alex.
Get it forward, 2nd and 6.
So 2nd and 6 now. Ball right at the 20. So right in the zone for the Orangemen. This was the Cougar defense that thrived in the red zone last time. It was a penalty that pushed the Orangemen back, and then the Cougars were able to get the stop. And Reason keeps it, and he's inside the 15.
Tackled by Alex
at the 14. And another first down. So 1st and 10 now. Ball at the 14-yard line. So now fakes the handoff. Mines decides to keep it, and he is taken down. Nice play there by Heffelfinger.
Joshua Sheard with
Excuse me, that was Joshua Sheard on the tackle. Good job getting his legs caught up.
Gain of 3 at 2nd and 7.
So it was a gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Ball at the 11-yard line. Under 10 minutes to go here in this first half. Cougars lead 7-0. So now in the gun is Mines. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff once again, decides to keep it himself inside the 5 and taken down right at the 5-yard line.
Tackled by Nate Pekar.
So Nate Pekar on the tackle right at the 5-yard line.
First down for Beatrice.
So another first down. So 1st and goal now from the 5-yard line. And stop in action on the field. And a little conference between the referees. Give me a moment to thank our sponsors of this game, Foot and Ankle of Nebraska, and a fast physical. So not a first down. It will be 3rd and 1. That's what the conference was about. Ball on the 5-yard line. See if the Cougars can come up with another big stop here on the defensive side of the ball. So rarity here will be Mines under center. Single back formation, keeps it himself, and he will take it up the middle for about 2 yards.
Threw Mines on the keeper.
And they will give him the first down. So now it will be 1st and goal. 1st and goal from about the 4-yard line, where they'll spot the ball. So they'll spot it at the 3. Back in the gun is Mines. Reason in the backfield with him. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff. Keeps it himself once again. Takes it up the middle and fights.
Crew Mine, the ball carrier. Ryan Weiss.
Right at the line. Ryan Weiss with another big tackle. So 2nd and goal now from the 2. Some fresh legs come onto the field for the Orangemen. become substantially cooler out here. And that is why they pushed back the start time to 7:30. Now the power I formation. Is number 33 for the Orangemen.
Kale Cook, the ball carrier.
And he is taken down just before the goal line inside
Tackled
the
by
1.
Luis Martinez.
So
Third
now
and goal
third
for
and
Beatrice.
goal from the 1 yard line. Big play. And the QB sneak up the middle, and it is a touchdown. So Orangemen get on the board. Where we sit right now, 7-6 in this one, 7:40 to go in the first half. So first chance to see this field goal kicking unit for the Orangemen. Kicking it will be Trevin Lang, the senior. The snap and the kick. And it is between the uprights, and we are all tied up at 7 now. 7:40 to go.
Orangemen 7.
2 timeouts left for the Orangemen, 3 left for the Cougars. So if you're just tuning in, Cougars got on the board first in the first quarter. It was a 92-yard touchdown pass for Colby Duncan into the hands of Bryson Sargent. And then on the QB sneak, Crew Mines decided to keep it from the 1 to even up the score for the Orangemen. All tied up at 7. These two teams met last year in Beatrice. It was the Cougars who won in that one, 41-7. So the two kicking teams will come out for the respective sides. As I said, after this one, it'll be 2 road games for the Cougars. It will go to Westview and then travel to Elkhorn before returning home. So back to receive the ball, Weston Miller alongside Heffelfinger. And the kick will be Heffelfinger on the return. Past the 30, gets up to about the 35, taken out of bounds at the 35. And that's where the Cougar offense will start. 7:34 to go in this first half. All tied up here at 7 from Bellevue East High School. Colby Duncan looking to continue on after that 92-yard touchdown pass. He can do it on the ground, but he can also do it with his arm. Also, member of the basketball team, so quite the athlete out there. So he's in the gun, 2 in the backfield, and he hands that one off. No, he decides to keep it. Nice fake. He gets out, now to the 50, takes the hit, and he's into Orangemen territory. They'll spot him at about
1st and 10 for the Cougars.
The 47, it looks like. So 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. Clock continues to run. Inside 7.5 minutes here in this first half. And back in the gun, Colby Duncan. Takes the snap. Hands it off this time to Sheard. Sheard taken down
Joshua
past
Sheard on the carry.
45. They'll spot him there about the 43-yard line.
Kale Cook and Jacob Scholl on the tackle.
So it will be about 2nd and 6 from the 43.
2nd and 6 for the Cougars.
Now back in the gun, Colby Duncan. Duncan takes the snap, hands it off to Sheard once again, and he is taken down for a loss of yards there.
Sheard with the ball carrier. Loss of a couple on the play. It's 3rd and 8 for the Cougars.
So it will be 3rd and 8. Ball on the 45. So it was Byron Ostick, the senior, on the tackle. Empty backfield here. 5 out wide. Colby Duncan in the gun. Now calls for motion. On the run. Passes it out. And it is Vanover.
Duncan's pass complete to number 6,
Alex Vanover,
Cogswell.
Alex Cogswell on the reception.
Trey Henning brings him down for the Orangemen.
And it was Henning on the tackle, the senior for the Orangemen.
Fourth down and a yard to go for the Cougars.
So it will be 4th and 1 for the Cougars. Let's see what they opt to do here. Just about 5 minutes to go here in this first half. The snap and the quick screen pass off to Heffelfinger, and he picks up positive yardage for the first down.
Jacob Heffelfinger. First down, Cougars.
And it looks like they'll spot him down at the 34. So 1st and 10 from the 34. 4:50 to go on the clock here in this first half. All tied up at 7. Duncan in the gun. He's got Joshua Sheard in the background. In the backfield. And fakes the handoff. And the pass is incomplete. Intended for Sargent there.
Weston Miller is incomplete. Correction pass was intended for number 8, Bryson Sargent. 2nd and 10.
So 2nd and 10 now from the 34. 4:34 to go in this first half. If you're just tuning in once again, it was Colby Duncan on a 92-yard touchdown pass to Bryson Sargent to get on the board first for the Cougars. Or was the Orangemen able to tie it up on the Mainz quarterback sneak? Now Weston Miller in motion. The handoff. This is Pekar. He's got some speed, and he is taken down inside the 25, down at the 23-yard line for the first down.
Spilker on the tackle. 1st and 10 for the Cougars.
Nice run there from Pekar. So 1st and 10 from the 22. Clock continues to run. 4:10 now to go here in this first quarter and counting. Empty backfield. Colby Duncan from the gun. Gets the snap, drops back. Now throws it out. Intended there for Cogswell, but
pass intended for Cogswell is
just
incomplete.
out of his hands. Incomplete
2nd and
pass.
10.
So 2nd and 10 now from the 22. And we'd like to thank our sponsors, Foot and Ankle of Nebraska and Fast Physical Therapy. See what they draw up here. This is kind of a pistol formation, you could call it. Man in motion is Heffelfinger, and flag down.
Timeout, Cougars.
And actually it was a timeout called by the Cougars. They'll have 2 remaining, their first timeout of the half. So 3:58 left to go here in this first half. Coach Van Hout didn't like what he saw there, called the timeout. And it looks like there was a bit of confusion on the motion play. Could be what they're discussing here. Good chance for both teams to get hydrated here. August evening, but football is back. And we have the Cougars all tied up here with Beatrice. Beatrice, after this, they'll go to Waverly. That'll be next Friday. Already played last Friday. That was against Elkhorn North. They lost 21-3. They are coming to this one 0-1. First game of the year for the Cougars. We're back to action. Colby Duncan in the pistol. Pekar. Weston Miller in motion. The snap. And Pekar dodges. Can tackle. He's still going. He's got some speed, and he will find the end zone. His first touchdown of the evening.
Cougars.
And the Cougars go back on top here.
Pekar with some nifty footwork in for the touchdown.
Nate Pekar, nice juke move to dodge the tackle. And he will find the end zone. Big run there. And Cougars back out on top with 3:55 to go here in this first half. And the kick is up. And it is good. So 14-7.
Diaz.
Cougars
His kick
lead.
is good.
Under 4 minutes to go here at 3:55 in this first half. And I will take a quick break. Come on back. 3:55 to go here in this first half. Cougars lead 14-7. And welcome on back here to Bellevue East High, where the Gross Catholic Cougars lead the Orangemen out of Beatrice 14-7. 3:55 to go here in this first half. To receive the ball for the Orangemen will be Breeson and Spilker. Didn't work though. Spilker will be taken down at the 25. Tackle on the play there from Robbie Brennan with the nice tackle. Good heads-up play.
Robbie Brennan with the tackle on that kickoff. First and 10 for the Orangemen.
So it will be first and 10 from their own 26 for the Orangemen. 3:45 to go here in this first half. Mines working from the gun. Reeson in the backfield with them. 3 out wide. And trouble on the handoff, fumbled it. Reeson, excuse me, that was Mines able to jump on it.
Orangemen with the fumble. They recover it, loss of 2 on the play, and 2nd and 12.
But it will be 2nd and 12, loss on the play. So 2nd and 12 now for Beatrice from the 25-yard line. Clock continues to run, approaching 3 minutes to go here in this first half. Working it out of the gun is Mines. Hands it off to Reeson. And big tackle there
John
from
Reeson,
Cogswell.
Tackled by Alex Cogswell.
So Cogswell with the nice tackle.
Gain of 3, it's 3rd and 7.
So it was a gain of 3. So 3rd and 7. Ball placed at the 30-yard line. The snap, Mainz drops back. Passes that one to Reeson. Reeson continues to stay on his feet, still going. Now past the 50, and he is taken down inside the 45. And they'll spot him down right at the 45-yard line. Nosbish with the tackle.
That's 1st and 10. They're in Cougar territory at the 45.
So now 1st and 10 from the Cougar 45. Now inside 2 minutes to go in this first half. Not really a cinch of urgency from Beatrice. Now 1:54 to go. The snap. Fakes the handoff. Mainz keeps it himself. And he will be taken down.
Through mine with the tackle, or with the carry, I'm sorry.
It looks like they'll spot him down about the 40-yard line.
By Robbie Brennan. Timeout, Beatrice.
So Beatrice takes their second timeout of this first half. It will be 2nd and 5 coming out of the timeout from the 40-yard line. Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Foot and Ankle of Nebraska and Fast Physical Therapy. If you're interested in sponsoring Gross Catholic Media Network, make sure and call Terrence O'Donnell. If you would like to be a sponsor of the Gross Catholic Media Network. So it will be 2nd and 5 from the 40, minute 43 to go in this first half. Cougars lead 14-7. And the Cougars looking for a defensive stand here going into halftime. It was the Cougars who received the ball in the first half, so they will be kicking to the Orangemen to start the second half. But back to action down on the field. Mainz in the gun. Reeson in the backfield. 2 out wide. 2 tight ends set. Now hands it off to Reeson, and he is taken down.
John Reeson, the ball carrier.
At about the 39.
Kozel and Nosbish on the tackle.
It was Nosbish on the tackle, but there is a penalty on the play. One of the Orangemen signaling it's on the Cougars, and it is a face mask called on the Cougars.
Penalty on the Cougars.
So that will be an automatic first down for Beatrice. Ball placed. Let's see where they spot it here after the penalty, so they will place it.
The penalty moves the Beatrice
at the 23.
Yard line. It's 1st and 10.
So 1st and 10 from the 23 for Beatrice. Minute 36 to go here in this first half. Cougars lead 14-7. Empty backfield. Mainz in the gun. Now the man in motion is Reeson. Reeson takes the handoff. And blue jerseys everywhere there on the tackle.
Hank Nosbish with the tackle.
So Hank Nosbish once again with another tackle, his 3rd tackle of the evening. So 2nd and 9 from the 22. The snap. Mainz drops back. Thought about throwing it. Now wants to keep it. Does decide to throw it. And the pass is broken up.
Mainz pass is incomplete. broken up by Hank Nosbish.
So Nosbish breaks the pass up, and there is
official timeout
one of the
on the field.
Beatrice down. It is 40. Immediately, the training staff for Beatrice comes out onto the field. So Fournay still down on the ground. Does sit up there. That is a good sign to see. Once again, Cougars lead 14-7. 58 seconds to go in this first half. It will be 3rd and 10 from the 23-yard line for the Orangemen. And Fournay is now up on his feet, walking on his own. Good sign to see there from the senior outside offensive lineman. So back to the action. 3rd and 10 from the 23-yard line. 58 seconds to go here in this first half. Excuse me, 3rd and 9 from the 23. Cougars lead 14-7. Trying to force a 4th down here. Mines in the gun. Calls for the motion. And high snap. Mines able to pull it down. Forced to run out of the pocket. And pass is incomplete.
Mines pass
intended for Trey Henning.
Brings up 4th down and 9 for the
So
Orangemen.
4th and 9 from the 23. And they will bring out the field goal unit. .43 seconds on the clock. And the student section starts to get loud. And the kick is up, and it is good. So 3 points
kick is good.
on the board for
3
Beatrice.
points for the Orangemen. Cougars 14. Orangemen 10.
14 to 10 now. Cougars lead. But nevertheless, a big stand there on 3rd down to force the field goal by the Cougars. They lead 14 to 10. 38 seconds to go here in this first half. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Foot and Ankles of Nebraska and Fast Physical Therapy. Play of the game so far in this one was that 92-yard touchdown pass from Colby Duncan, finding Bryson Sargent. It was wide open, middle of the field, and couldn't be run down. Also a nice run from Nate Pekar for a touchdown, and those are the 2 scores for the Cougars. It was a quarterback keeper from Crew Mines from the 1-yard line for the lone touchdown for the Orangemen. And they just put up the field goal, 10 points. So 14-10, Cougars lead. 38 seconds to go in this first half. Lang back to kick for the Orangemen. Back to receive for the Cougars is Weston Miller and Jacob Heffelfinger. Nice kick there. Weston Miller will let that one go into the end zone for the touchback.
First and 10 for the Cougars. They'll start at the 20-yard line.
So 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Cougars. 38 seconds to go in this one. We'll see how conservative Coach Van Hout decides to play this one. Colby Duncan in the gun. Pekar in the backfield. The snap. Duncan holds it for a minute and throws it. Little short pass there. And Cogswell comes up with it.
To Alex Cogswell.
Gain of 4. Excuse me.
Gain of 4 and 2nd and 6.
Yeah, so gain of 4. 2nd and 6 from the Cougar 24. He was able to get out of bounds to stop the clock. So 29 seconds on the clock here in this first half. 2 timeouts still for the Cougars. Now 4 out wide. Duncan drops back once again, throws it, finds Cogswell.
Duncan's pass complete to Alex Cogswell.
Able to get out of bounds once again.
1st and 10 for the Cougars at the 31-yard line.
So 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. "24 seconds on the clock now. Back in the gun is Duncan. Pekar in the backfield. 4 out wide. The snap. Throw-ins Duncan. And nice pass there to find Sargent, and a late hit out of bounds.
Bryson Sargent. Penalty on the play.
So can't do that one. Hit him while he was out of bounds, so the late hit. As the crowd chants, you can't do that. And he certainly can't, so they're going to add on some yardage after the play there.
Personal foul on the Orangemen.
So now they will spot the ball in Beatrice territory. So the ball will be placed at the 42-yard line. Once again, 2 timeouts still for this Cougar offense. 18 seconds to go in this first half. Duncan drops back, fakes the pass, now keeps it. Past the 35 and taken down at about the 33.
Timeout to the Cougars.
On the tackle was Gabe, one of the captains on this Orangemen team. And the second timeout taken on the half by the Cougars. So 1 timeout remaining now for both teams. 11 seconds to go here in this first half. Once again, I'd like to thank our sponsors, the Foot and Ankle of Nebraska and Fast Physical Therapy. So 11 seconds to go here. Scoreboard says the Cougars have 2 timeouts left, but they actually have 1 timeout. So 1 timeout left for both teams. 11 seconds on the clock. It'll be a 2nd and 1 from the 33-yard line. Duncan in the gun. The snap. Drops back. Now on the move. Fakes the throw. And throws that one
Duncan's pass is incomplete.
out of bounds. Nowhere to go with it there. So incomplete pass. 3rd and 1, 5 seconds to go on the clock here in this first half. This one a little too far back to kick it, so third and 1 from the 33. We'll see what the Cougars opt to do here. Working in the pistol is Colby Duncan. Drops back. Now on the move. Throws it deep. And ball up in the air. And incomplete. And that will do it for the first half, where the Cougars lead 14-10 over Beatrice. The play of this game so far was that 92-yard touchdown pass from Colby Duncan into the hands of Bryson Sargent. So 14-10 Cougars lead here, as that will do it for the first half of action. But make sure and come on back. We'll have an exciting second half right here from Bellevue East High School. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Foot and Ankle of Nebraska and Fast Physical Therapy. This is Cougar football on the Gross Catholic Media Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for the Gross Catholic varsity dance team. Nice job, ladies.
And welcome back as we prepare for the second half of action between the Gross Catholic Cougars and the Beatrice Orangemen, where the Cougars lead 14-10. It was that huge 92-yard touchdown pass from Colby Duncan that got things going for the Cougars after a big turnover on downs from the defense for the Cougars, and that set the momentum in the first half for Gross Catholic. Once again, I'd like to thank our sponsors of this game, Foot and Ankle of Nebraska and Fast Physical Therapy, for sponsoring this here on the Gross Catholic Media Network. It will be the Orangemen receiving here in the second half, and they trail in this one by 4. They come into this one 0-1 on the year, lost last week to Elkhorn North last Friday. This is the first game of the season for the Cougars. So Bryson Sargent with the receiving touchdown, Colby Duncan with a touchdown pass, and then Nate Pekar with a touchdown run.
Are you ready to kick off the second half?
And we are ready for kickoff here. Student section fired up. And we are underway here, and a legal procedure there. Ball is kicked out of bounds.
Kick goes out of bounds. First and 10 for Beatrice.
So that will put the ball at the 35-yard line for Beatrice. Pretty good defensive showing so far from the Cougars in this one. They had that big goal line stand, forced the turnover on downs, and then right before the end of the first half, on third down, were able to force the field goal unit to come onto the field, and only 3 points for Beatrice. Man in motion, the handoff. And it is Reason taken down there.
John Reason, the ball carrier.
Reason, he's been the main ball carrier in this one for Beatrice. Martinez on the tackle for the Cougars. So 2nd and 7 now from the 38-yard line. Mainz working in the gun. Reason in the backfield. The man in motion. And quarterback keeper there. And still going is Mainz, displaying that speed, and he is taken down at about the 41-yard line. First down, Beatrice.
Tackled by Henry Nosbish. That's a first down for the Orangemen.
Henry Nosbish on the tackle. That's his 4th tackle of the evening. Also has a pass that he's broken up in this one. The snap. This is Reason keeping it. Gets to the outside and taken down just past the 35-yard line. Looks like he'll be just short of the first down by about a yard there. Let's see where they decide to spot this one. They do spot it at the 34.
2nd and 1 for the Orangemen.
So 2nd and 1 now for Beatrice. Mainz in the gun with Reason. 3 out wide. 1 tight end. The snap. The drop back, and it's a blitz, and taken down. Huge tackle there. Ethan Lee with the huge tackle and the sack. Huge loss of yardage there. That brings him all the way back to the 41-yard line. Loss of 7. So 3rd and 8. Huge sack from the senior there. Showing off that speed. It will be Mainz working in the gun, 3rd and 8. This is a Cougar defense that's been good on 3rd down so far this evening. Another blitz. And deciding to keep it is Mainz. We'll see where they mark them. Gets up a little gingerly there.
4th down, 1 yard to go.
So 4th and 1 here from the 34-yard line. This is a big 4th down here. The Orangemen going to go for it. They got to watch for the QB sneak here, and that's what it is. And fight for it, and I don't think he got there.
Drew Mainz on the sneak.
And the second turnover on downs forced by this Cougar defense this evening.
On the play. 1st down, Cougars.
So 1st down for the Cougars, and they'll be working from their own 34-yard line. 8:48 to go in this 3rd quarter. They remain in the lead, 14-10. So now Colby Duncan in the offense. Duncan in the gun. Pekar in the backfield. Fakes the handoff. Duncan now on the bootleg. And pass was intended there for Cogswell.
Duncan's pass intended for Alex Cogswell is incomplete.
Incomplete pass. So it will be 2nd and 10 now from the 34. Already in this one, seen a lot more passes from this Cougar offense than we saw last season. When I talked to the coaching staff before the game, they said that might be the case this year. Working with what they have, the guys returning and the newcomers to this team. But back in the gun is Colby Duncan, 2nd and 10. And flag on the play.
Penalty marked down on the play.
So it will be the Cougars moving backwards.
Delay of game on the Cougars.
So it was a delay of game.
Remains 2nd down.
So 5-yard penalty. That'll push them back to their own 29. 2nd down and 15. The snap. And the quick pass out. That's Weston Miller. And he will be taken down right at about the 32-yard line. Haven't called his name too much in this one. A couple times on the defensive end.
3rd and 10.
So 3rd and 10 now. Ball at the 33. Under 8 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Lone backfield. Colby Duncan. And he's in the bootleg once again. And nice pass completed there for Sargent.
Duncan's pass
That's been his man of the evening. Finds him once again. They've now connected for over 100 yards in this game, and it's a first down for the Cougars.
First and 10 for the Cougars.
It was Gavin Roden on the tackle for Beatrice, but first and 10 from the Orangemen 49. Four out wide, Duncan in the gun. Fakes the handoff, nice fake, and he finds, this time, it's Cogswell for the touchdown. Duncan's second touchdown pass of the evening, and that increases the Cougar lead in this one. Now 20-10.
6 points for the Cougars.
What a nice fake on the play action there from Colby Duncan to find Alex Cogswell, the junior. And it's 20-10 now, Cougars lead. And the kick is up. It is good. So 21-10. Cougars increase their lead to 11 with 7:12 to go here in the third quarter. And with this opportunity, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Foot and Ankle of Nebraska and Fast Physical Therapy. If you'd like to sponsor Gross Catholic Media Network, you can go ahead and call Terrence O'Donnell. And I will take a quick break, but come on back. Cougars lead in this one, 21-10. And welcome back. Cougars lead in this one, 21-10 over the Beatrice Orangemen. 7:12 to go in the third quarter. Colby Duncan, two beautiful passes for touchdowns in this one. One to Alex Cogswell and a 92-yard pass to Bryson Sargent. And the kick is off, and Reeson kind of muffles the kick there, and the reception on the kick.
Reisman with the kick.
And
Reeson on the return.
Reeson will be spotted at the 22.
First and 10, Beatrice.
First and 10 for Beatrice from the 22-yard line. 7:03 to go in the third quarter. They trail the Cougars 21-10. So working out of the gun, it is Crew Mines. Mines takes the snap. Now on the option play, keeps it himself. Still going and doesn't quite get to the first down marker.
Tackled by Ethan Lee.
So Ethan Lee on the tackle. Second time they've called his name, the first time on that huge sack.
Second and 2 for the Orangemen.
So 2nd and 2 now for Beatrice, working from the 30-yard line. Clock continues to run, under 6.5 to go in this third quarter. Mines in the gun, Reeson in the backfield. The snap, and the handoff to Reeson. And still on his feet, he will pick up the first down, taken down at about the 37-yard line.
Reeson with the carry. Kogel and Sheard on the tackle. First and 10 for the Orangemen.
So 1st and 10 now for Beatrice. Ball on the 37-yard line. Cougars, they've done it on the offensive end and the defensive side of the ball in this one, and they lead 21-10. The snap and the handoff to Reason once again, and there is blue jerseys everywhere. It was
Ryan Weiss with the tackle.
Ryan Weiss
Second and 11.
started that tackle there, but there was about 4 blue jerseys all over Reason there to bring him down for the loss on the play. So now 2nd and 11 from the 36-yard line. Mines sends Reason out in motion, throws him the screen pass, and that one gets over his head. They don't call the ball dead. And
Pass intended for John Reason. It's incomplete.
now they will say it was an incomplete pass. No whistle there.
It's 3rd and 11 for the Orangemen.
So 3rd and 11 from the 36. Once again, this is Cougar defense. That's been excellent on 3rd down. Beatrice has had trouble converting on 3rd down so far this evening. So this will be Mines in the gun. Reason in the backfield. 3 out wide. The snap and the drop back. Now the deep pass, and that one well out of reach
That's intended for Trey Henning.
of Trey Henning.
It's 4th and 11 for the Orangemen.
And Henning went down with some cramps. Good sportsman there from Weston Miller, stretching out his leg. And that should bring out the punting team for Beatrice. But excellent defense from this Cougar team.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Cougar Classic Golf Tournament.
All around,
It's going to be held
great
on
performance.
Monday, September 18th.
And with the stop in action, this will give me a chance to thank our sponsors here on the Gross Catholic Media Network. I'd like to thank Foot and Ankle of Nebraska and Fast Physical Therapy. Once again, if you'd like to sponsor the Gross Catholic Media Network, you can call Terrence O'Donnell for more information. Still attending to the Beatrice player that's down, but what a performance from the senior Colby Duncan, the signal caller. Had that 92-yard touchdown pass after the defense forced the turnover on downs back in the first quarter. That was to Bryson Sargent. And then earlier in this 3rd quarter, he found Alex Cogswell for his 2nd touchdown pass of the game. Also, Nate Pekar had the touchdown run. And that's how the Cougars got to 21 in this one, and they lead Beatrice 21-10. Cougars will be back in action next week as they take on Westview at Westview. So the punting team out here on 4th and 11 for Beatrice. There's the snap. And the punt is up. And Weston Miller calls for the fair catch.
By Weston Miller.
And it will be down at the 32-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 32 for the Cougars. Out in the dime formation is Beatrice. Weston Miller now in motion. Colby Duncan on the move. And throws the pass there, intended for Heffelfinger.
Pass intended for number 3, Jacob Heffelfinger, is incomplete. It's 2nd and 10.
It's incomplete, so it'll be 2nd and 10 now from the 33. So 2nd and 10, ball on the 33, 4:43 to go here in this third quarter. And the Cougars lead 21-10. So now 5 out wide, empty backfield. Man in motion, on the move is Colby Duncan, throws it, finds Weston Miller wide open in the middle of the field. Into Orangemen territory, taken down at the 38, and that's another first down from the Cougars.
First and 10 Cougars at the Orangemen 40-yard line.
So it was Gavin Vanover on the tackle for the Orangemen. First and 10. Ball on the 40. Duncan in the empty backfield. Weston Miller in motion. Duncan throws it once again. Nice slant route by Weston Miller, and 2 straight first downs that he picks up in this one. And that one spotted at the 26-yard line. Now under 4 minutes to go in this third quarter. Now 2 in the backfield with Colby Duncan. Heffelfinger in motion. And Duncan throws it out for Heffelfinger. And right before the marker, he's taken down. So it'll be 2nd and 1 now. Ball at the 16-yard line. And there is a man down out of bounds for the Cougars. And it is Jacob Heffelfinger. He still down over there on the sidelines. As the trainer over there tending to him. So 3:38 to go here in this third quarter. Cougars lead 21-10. And Colby Duncan has just been showing off with his arm so far in this one. 2 touchdown passes. He's found Weston Miller a couple times on this drive. And really, on both sides of the ball, Cougars have done an excellent job so far in this one. So a great way to come out after that 12-1 season a year ago. And really displaying their capabilities on both sides of the ball so far in this one. And that's put them out with a 21-10 lead so far in this game. So back to action here. 2 in the backfield. In the pistol is Duncan. Puts Sheard in motion. Throws the pass. Weston Miller can't quite hang on to it in the end zone. He was wide open once again, but just couldn't quite hang on to it there. And it will be 2nd and 1 from the 17-yard line for the Cougars. working in Beatrice territory. So out of the huddle are the Cougars. See what they opt to do here. Duncan calls for motion. Hands this one off. Cogswell keeps it inside the 5, and Cogswell finds the end zone. His second touchdown of the evening, this time on the ground. Showing his versatility there. And the Cougars extend their lead to 27-10 here in this third quarter with 3:24 to go on the clock. Kicking team will come out to try to make it 28-10 here. And the kick is up. It is good. And Cougars now lead in this one, 28-10. 3:24 to go in the third quarter. So Alex Cogswell finds the end zone for the second time this evening. One in the air, one on the ground. And just a wonderful display all around from the Cougars so far in this game. And I'd like to thank our sponsors here of the Gross Catholic Media Network, Foot and Ankle of Nebraska, and Fast Physical Therapy. So two teams return to the field. Kicking off for the Cougars once again will be Colson Priestman. He's a freshman, newcomer to this team. 6'1" in stature, 140 pounds. And the kick is up. Received by Reason. Now past the 10, the 15, and blue jerseys everywhere once again. And they will take him down inside the 20 at about the 16-yard line. So 3:17 to go here in this third quarter. Cougars lead 28-10. And the Cougars, they've been doing it on both sides of the ball. Defense has been great, only giving up 10 points so far in over 2.5 quarters of play. The snap. And keeping it himself is Mines. And Mines taken down at right about the 20-yard line.
For Mines, the ball carrier, tackled by Ethan Lee. It's 2nd and 7.
So it'll be 2nd and 7, ball on the 18-yard line. Excuse me. Looks like it'll be at the 21-yard line. So 2nd and 7 from the 21. Mines in the gun. Takes the snap. The throw. And it was caught. Falling to the ground by Trey Henning, the senior. Actually, they call it incomplete now. Or no, it is complete. They will say it is complete. So it is a first down for the Orangemen. Clock continues to run. Under 2.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. Beatrice finds themselves down 28-10 in this one. Mines working in the gun. Just over 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. High snap. Hands it off to Reason. Reason trying to get to the outside. He does. Gets past the 35, past the 40, and taken down
John Reeson, the ball carrier,
at about the 43-yard line.
with the tackle. That's good for a Beatrice first down.
On the tackle there was Joshua Sheard. So first down, ball at the 43-yard line for Beatrice. Now minute 45 to go in the third quarter. They find themselves down 28-10. And the snap. Little play action. Mines keeps it himself, gets out of bounds. Gain of about 3 yards.
Runs out of bounds after a gain of 2. It's 2nd and 8.
So gain of 2 there, 2nd and 8. Ball on the 45-yard line. Mines getting the call. And there's the handoff. It's Reeson, and he will pick up the first down and more. Gets
Reeson, the ball carrier,
to about the 44.
Alex Cogswell. It's also good for a Beatrice first down.
So clock continues to run, just over a minute to go in the third quarter. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Beatrice now working in Cougar territory. And the snap. Keeping it himself is Mines once again. And brought down at just about the 40-yard line.
Hank Nosbish with the tackle.
Hank Nosbish with the tackle. His 5th of the game.
2nd down, 7 yards to go for the Orangemen.
So 2nd and 7 for Beatrice.
Close at the 41-yard line.
Clock continues to run. Now at 25 seconds to go in this third quarter. Empty backfield now for Mines. He's got 5 out wide. The snap drops back. Thought about passing it. Now he does. And pass there. See who it was that came up with it. It is number 45, Alex Buzzboom, the senior tight end, comes away with the catch.
1st and 10 for the Orangemen.
And that will do it for the third quarter. Cougars are able to get in the end zone once again. They lead 28-10 over Beatrice. Like to thank our sponsors here on the Gross Catholic Media Network, Foot and Ankle of Nebraska, and Fast Physical Therapy. I will take a quick break, but come on back here on the Gross Catholic Media Network. Cougars lead 28-10.
You can give online at cougar.family/give or visit with any of our staff in the advancement office. Thank you for your support.
And we are back here where the Cougars lead over the Beatrice Orangemen 28-10. And it's just been an outstanding showing on both sides of the ball for the Cougars so far in this one. Colby Duncan, he's thrown 2 touchdown passes in this game.
As we start the fourth quarter.
It's also been Alex Cogswell, he's got 1 touchdown run and 1 touchdown reception so far in this one. But back to the action here. It'll be 1st and 10, ball on the 24. And blitz coming there, and all that Mines can do there was throw the ball away, so it'll be 2nd and 10. Pass intended for Luke Hamilton there. And there is a Cougar down on the field. And the trainers will come out to attend to the player. So give a chance for the players to hydrate. Looks like they're tending to the leg of the player on the field. Still trying to see who this is down, looking for a number. And now the player is up on their feet. It is Ethan Lee. He has a sack in this game. But back to the action here now. So 2nd and 10, ball on the 24-yard line. 11:56 to go in the game. Cougars lead 28-10. And the handoff, and it is fumbled, and the ball still up for grabs, and it looks like Beatrice comes away with it.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by number 7, Trey Henning.
It was Bo Spilker on the fumble. Trey Henning able to jump on it. So big loss on the play for the Orangemen.
3rd and 17 for the Orangemen.
So 3rd and 17 now. Ball on the 31-yard line. That fumble very well could have put him out of field goal territory. Mines drops back, trying to find somewhere to go with it. Still nowhere to go. And able to find number 5, Luke Hamilton, the captain.
Pass complete from Mines to Luke Hamilton.
So that will pick up the first down for Beatrice.
First down for the Orangemen.
So Beatrice will be working 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. Working in the gun is Mines. Fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. Tries to get to the outside, and he is taken out of bounds.
Crew Mines on the quarterback keeper.
And they will spot Mines inside the 10
It's 2nd down
at the 7-yard line. So 2nd down with about 3 yards to go. So 2nd and 3. Ball on the 7. 28-10, Cougars lead. 11:04 to go in this game. This Cougar defense has done an excellent job so far in this one of holding the Orangemen to 10 points. And the handoff once again to Reason, and the ball comes loose, fumble, and the Cougars come away with it. And they'll say that he was down. It did not look like he was down, however.
It's 3rd and 1 for the Orangemen.
So 3rd and 1. They will say that the ball carrier Reason was down on the fumble. Before the fumble, excuse me. So now the clock begins to run once again. The Cougar sideline was shouting at the referees to start the clock. Now the snap. Mines keeps it himself. And he will not get to the end zone. They will call forward progress at about the 3-yard line.
On the quarterback keeper.
Clock continues to run at about 10.5 to go in the game.
Tackled by Cogswell.
Here in the fourth quarter.
Second down for the Orangemen. Second and goal from the 4.
So second and goal from the 4. So working in the gun is Mines. Reeson in the backfield with him. And this time he hands it off to Reeson. Reeson gets to the outside and scores his first touchdown of the evening.
In for a Orangemen touchdown.
So Orangemen get on the board once again. So it'll be 28-16 Cougars lead with 9:54 to go in the game. The kicking team will come out for the Orangemen. And the kick is up, and flag on the play. It is an offside called.
Offside's on the Cougars.
And another player down on the field. This time it's one of the Beatrice players. And lots of cramping down on the field on a hot evening like tonight, something you'd expect to see so far in this one. So now the score, 28-16. Cougars lead. It was an offside called on the extra point attempt, so the kicking team will come back onto the field after they tend to the down Orangemen player. But I'd like to thank our sponsors here on the Gross Catholic Media Network, Foot and Ankle of Nebraska, and Fast Physical Therapy. Once again, if you're interested in sponsoring Gross Catholic Media Network, call Terrence O'Donnell for more information. So 9:54 remaining in this game. 28-16, Cougars lead. And the Orangeman player who was down now up on his feet, still in some pain, but walking off on his own. The player down is Silas Benson. He's one of the captains of this Beatrice football team. But the kicking team comes back out. And now they send the offense out to try to attempt a 2-point conversion to make this a 10-point game after the offside called. And it will be Mines with the quarterback sneak. And it is fumbled. But they automatically call the play dead.
So the Orangeman try is no good. Cougars 28. Orangemen 16.
So 28-16 here in the fourth quarter, 9:54 to go. And it will be Cougar football coming out after the kickoff.
Cougar students, Barrett House has cleanup after the game tonight. Barrett House has cleanup after the game. Folks, help us out. The end zone. That's a touchback for the Cougars. 1st and 10 for Gross Catholic. They'll start at their own 20-yard line.
And we are back here, so it was a touchback on the kickoff. So the Cougar offense will be working from the 20-yard line here. Colby Duncan working in the gun, 2 in the backfield, 3 out wide. Nickel formation from the Orangemen, and the handoff up the middle. And this is Peckar, and Peckar
the ball carrier. He's
brought down
by Eric Johnson
on the first down run.
10 for the Cougars.
He'll be spotted right at the 46-yard line. Excuse me, the 44-yard line. 1st and 10. 9.5 minutes to go in this game. Cougars lead by 12, 28-16. Colby Duncan working in the gun. Weston Miller in motion, and it's the reverse. And still going, Weston Miller. He's taken down past the 30, right at about the 25. And this Cougar offense really displaying all that they have to offer in this one. Doing it on the ground, doing it in the air. Very confident offense out there. And the Colby Duncan's experience under center is really shining and showing off in this one for the Cougars. So clock continues to run. 8:45 to go in the game. They lead 28-16. Colby Duncan working in the gun. Hands this one off. And it is Peckar.
Ball carried by Nate Peckar.
Nate Peckar taken down right at the 25-yard line, so a gain of 1, 2nd and 9. 8:23 to go in the game. Peckar in the background with Duncan in the gun. Weston Miller in motion once again. The snap. And Duncan throwing on the run, finds Weston Miller, gets past the 20, and just before the 15, he's taken out of bounds. So he'll be spotted down.
And Luke Hamilton on the tackle. 1st down, Cougars.
So 1st down, Cougars once again. Another 1st down conversion on the play. The clock was stopped because he was taken down out of bounds. So 7:45 to go in the game. 1st and 10. Ball on the 16-yard line. Weston Miller in motion. And Duncan keeps it himself, taken down in the background. Excuse me, that was Anthony Bogdanovich in motion.
With the tackle. Loss of a couple on the play. It's 2nd and 12.
So 2nd and 12 now for the Cougars. Clock still running, under 7.5 to go in the game. So ball on the 20. 2nd and 12. Duncan drops back. Throwing long, and what was intended for Weston Miller.
Duncan's pass intended for Weston Miller is incomplete. It's 3rd down.
Good defensive play there, like Gavin Vanover. the Orangemen defensive back. So now 3rd and 12 from the 20-yard line. In the backfield with Duncan is Pekar. Pekar now goes out wide. Duncan drops back. Now on the move. And looking for Pekar, and in and out of the hands of Pekar.
Pekar is incomplete.
So incomplete pass, and that will bring up 4th down. We'll see if they opt to bring out the field goal unit. Ball spotted at the 20. And they will keep the offense out there, so it will be 4th and 12. 6:47 to go in the game. Cougars lead 28-16. And the snap. And the pass. And it is caught in the end zone. Bryson Sargent, his 2nd touchdown catch of the game.
Pass intended for
Or
number 8,
no, they
Bryson
will
Sargent.
say it's incomplete now. They said he came down out of bounds, so
Orangemen
Coach
take over
Van
on
Hout
downs.
not happy.
Be 1st and 10 for Beatrice.
So it will be a turnover on downs. It appeared to me that he was in bounds, but referee thought otherwise. So turnover on downs. Orangemen working in their own territory. On the run is Mainz. And nearly picked off there by Alex Cogswell.
Pass intended for Trey Henning.
So the pass was intended for Trey Henning.
Broken up by Alex Cogswell.
It'll be 2nd and 10. Ball on the 19-yard line. So 2nd and 10 here. Mainz working in the gun. Man in motion. Hands it off to Spilker on the reverse. Tries to get to the outside. Gain of maybe a yard there.
By number 1, Bo Spilker.
So it'll be 3rd and 9 now.
Alex Cogswell.
Clock continues to run. So 3rd and 8, they'll say. Ball on the 21-yard line. 6 minutes to go in the game. Cougars lead 28-16. The snap. Mainz drops back. Has to throw it in a hurry. Finds Reason, and Reason's taken down
Pass complete from Mainz
at about the
Reason.
26-yard line. So that will bring up 4th down.
Ryan Weiss on the tackle brings up 4th down. 3 yards to go for the Orangemen.
So 4th and 3, under 5.5 to go in the game. Clock continues to run here. Not a lot of sense of urgency from Beatrice. Calling out the play here. Now just over 5 minutes to go. And the snap. Mainz on the move. Facing pressure, trying to get rid of it, and throws it away. And another turnover on downs forced by the Cougars. That is the 3rd time the Cougars defense has forced a turnover on downs. So the Cougars will get the ball right back in their own territory. So 4:56 to go in the game. Cougars lead 28-16. It'll be 1st and 10. Ball on the 27-yard line.
Intentional grounding on the Orangemen. That penalty is declined. It's still
so they did call intentional grounding. Penalty was declined, so it'd still be the Cougar football. 1st and 10. Ball on the 27. Colby Duncan, empty backfield. On the move. Able to find Cogswell there, and Cogswell taken down right at about the 26-yard line. Gain of maybe a yard, so it'll be about second and 9. Clock on the move here, so 4.5 to go in the game. Cougars with a 12-point lead, 28-16. Duncan in the gun. He's got Cogswell and Pekar in the backfield. Now moving out wide, Cogswell, and he finds Weston Miller on the slant over the middle. And Miller's taken down at the 10-yard line. First down, Cougars.
Weston Miller. Merrick Johnson and Luke Hamilton on the tackle. 1st and 10 for the Cougars.
So 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Under 4 minutes now. 3:55 to go in the game. And the Cougars will be working from the 11-yard line. Colby Duncan, excellent display this evening. 2 touchdown passes. One of them 92 yards to find Bryson Sargent. Working in the pistol here. Pekar in the backfield. Now Pekar out wide. Finds Weston Miller once again. Weston Miller with a nice little juke move, able to get up to about the 1-yard line.
Duncan's pass complete to Weston Miller. Gage Bolter on the tackle. 2nd and 2 for the Cougars.
So 2nd and 2 for the Cougars. Ball at the 2-yard line. Excuse me, ball at the 3, they'll say. Clock continues to run here. Now 2:50 to go in the game. Three out wide. Pekar in the backfield. Duncan in the pistol.
Timeout to the Cougars.
And a timeout called by the Cougars there. Looked like the play clock was starting to run down.
House has cleanup tonight after the game. Barrett House, you have cleanup after the game.
So quick timeout here. 28-16 Cougars lead. 2:32 to go in the game. Once again, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Foot and Ankle of Nebraska and Fast Physical Therapy. If you're interested in sponsoring Gross Catholic Media Network, call Terrence O'Donnell for more information. Coming out of the timeout, it'll be 2nd and 2, ball on to 3. So they can still get the first down without getting the touchdown. To make it a 1st and goal, we'll see what Coach Van Hout opts to do here. So the two teams return onto the field. Ball placed on the 3-yard line. 2nd and 2. 2:32 to go in the game. And the snap. The handoff to Pekar, and he finds the end zone
Touchdown.
for his second rushing touchdown of the evening.
In for 6.
And that increases the Cougar lead 34-16. So a successful outing this evening on both sides of the ball for the Cougars. Coming off that 12-1 season, runners-up in Class B last season. And a great way to start this one off. Coaching staff, said they wanted to start off fast. And the defense started it off with a turnover on downs that led to a 92-yard touchdown pass from Colby Duncan to find Bryson Sargent. And the extra point was good, so 35-16, Cougars a lead, 2:27 to go in the game. And once again, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Foot and Ankle of Nebraska and Fast Physical Therapy. And if you're interested in sponsoring Gross Catholic Media Network, call Terrence O'Donnell for more information. So the two teams will return to the field for the kickoff. Back to receive for the Orangemen will be Bo Spilker and John Reeson.
Christian Monaco set to kick it off for the Cougars.
So set to kick off for the Cougars will be Christian Monaco, the freshman. Little squib kick there. And on the receiving it was Merrick Johnson, the sophomore. Johnson brought down at about the 40.
First and 10 for the Orangemen.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Orangemen from the 42-yard line. 2:20 to go in the game. Cougars comfortable lead 35-16. Once again, they will play next Friday at Westview. And the following week, they will play against Elkhorn at Elkhorn. So 2 games on the road. Back to action on the field. Mines in the gun. The snap. Fakes the handoff to Reeson. Now moves on the quarterback keeper. And taken.
Merrick Johnson on the quarterback.
It was actually
keeper.
Merrick Johnson now in at quarterback. He did not get out of bounds, so the clock continues to run. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Ball on the 44. Under 2 minutes to go now. Minute 50 left in the game. So Johnson in the gun. Takes the snap, drops back. Finds number 21, Connor Hayden, and Hayden brought down right at the 50-yard line.
Connor Hayden. Anthony Bogdanovich with the tackle. Third and 2.
So it will be 3rd and 2 from the 50 for Beatrice. Minute 11 to go in the game. Cougars lead 35-16. Johnson calling out the plays. Now comes set in the gun. The snap. Hands this one off. And once again,
Ball carried by Connor Hayden.
ball carried by Connor Hayden.
Connor Tweedy with the tackle.
Brought down at the 46-yard line.
10 for Beatrice.
Connor Tweedy on the tackle for the Cougars. So 1st and 10 for Beatrice. 30 seconds to go in the game. Now 25 seconds. Student section on their feet. 15 seconds to go. Johnson takes the snap, keeps it himself this time, and still on his feet, but brought down back at about the 50. And that will do it.
With the tackle.
And the Cougars,
that's going to do it, folks.
They come away with the victory.
Cougars 35, Orangemen 16.
So Cougars, they get the win in their first
Colby Duncan tonight
in game. Colby Duncan
Congratulations, Cougars.
Is the player of the game. Duncan, 2 touchdown passes in this one. Excellent game, showing that senior leadership and experience behind center. And his excellent play started off by a 92-yard touchdown pass. Led the Cougars 1-0 on the season. Beatrice will move to 0-2 now on the year. They will travel to Waverly next week. Cougars will play Westview at Westview next Friday. And I'd like to thank everyone that tuned in here on the Gross Catholic Media Network all evening long. This is Austin Ulmer. It's been my pleasure calling this one for all of you. And until next time, I'd like to wish everybody a good night.
Yeah.